I'm Lee.
And I'm Nick.
And we are the Lodge Guys. Last year, we travelled Europe in our self-converted campervan Taylor.
Join us on the latest series by clicking the subscribe button below as we head to Spain for more van adventures and escape the UK winter.
Welcome to the next day. We are waking up in our Airbnb in Almeria. Wasn't the best night's sleep. Nothing to do with the apartment. I think it was to do with the food. It had MSG in it or something that we had last night.
We were both up 3 times guzzling water from the fridge.
It's about 1 o'clock. I came and just sat here because I couldn't stop coughing last night. Got some water, which the kind host left, and just sat there and drank water for a while. Anyway. We're up and lots of people will understand what these coffee machine things are. We've never used one.
You put the coffee in there.
Yeah.
And you put that on the stove.
Yeah.
And presumably it spurts up there.
But what about water? Where do you put water?
Under there.
I think we need to watch a video about it.
No, that's how you do it. That's the only possible explanation. We just need the coffee.
How do you get how much to put in stuff?
I don't. There we go. We're probably doing this completely wrong. People's watching this video now and screaming at us saying, "Don't put it in there!" Right, so that's there. And then you screw the lid on, like this.
And then it bubbles up onto the top,
Yeah, it comes out here and then you pour it from there. Right, now how do I get cooker on? That's next challenge. There you go. And you said you didn't know how to do it. I mean, it took friggin' ages.
Not really.
It did.
Don't use it all in there.
Well, yeah, but there's not enough to do cups either.
Of course there is.
Well,
you just have half a cup. Right, we've had our coffee. Let's have a little look out here, see how warm or cold it is.
Well, it's due to be 21 according to me.
21? Bloody hell.
But another one said 18, but I can live with it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Windy.
Bit of a breeze, but yeah, it's nice today. So we are heading today over there to Almeria, the city, to go and explore while we wait on news of Taylor the van. Right, so that's the apartment block that we're in, which we got on Airbnb. Really nice apartment actually, I'm enjoying staying there.
The Tahiti sign is the entrance to the building, number 78.
Tahiti. And then it just comes out onto this promenade, which is always very busy. Lots of people running and cycling and what have you.
The sun's nice.
Yeah.
This floor is playing with my eyes, it's like a stereogram. If you look at it at that angle, you might not be able to see it on camera, it actually looks like it's going like that. And it looks like we're going to trip over little humps, but when you walk on it, you're expecting to walk on a hump and you kind of stumble, like when you walk on an escalator where it's turned off. But there we go.
So that's where we ate last night, Mohana. Very funky, wasn't it? Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Delicious food it was.
It was in there, which is the sports centre. So this is the furthest we went yesterday, so this is all new for us today.
Right, so the first thing we're going to see today is the Cargadero de Cable Inglés, which was an old transportation railway line that used to bring iron ore from the mines in the mountains along this track right to the end of the pier that we're going to walk to, and they used to put it onto the ships. So it was a fantastic way of getting iron ore from inland directly to the ship so they could export it. So we're going to go and explore because they've naturally preserved it, and as you can see here, the railway line still exists, and Nick all the way around and right out to sea, and then it just drops off the end where the ships were.
Nick practiced that pronunciation about 20 times. You did it very well.
At least. It's hard to believe that where we're stood in the earliest 20th century, trains used to come up here daily full of iron ore extracted from the mountain to the very end of the pier over there and get loaded onto the ships. It just mind blows you because it feels very creaky and rickety.
Yeah.
Now this site is actually one of Almeria's historical sites that have been restored partially just to demonstrate the history of Almeria.
Right, so we've got to the end. It's actually a really nice, relaxing walk. There's no bicycles, scooters or vehicles allowed on here, so it's just people walking. And there's the marina, and that's where our Airbnb is, on there somewhere. So Almeria, the city, is this way. So we're going to go back off this and continue walking that way. And Nick is very excited because there is an Indiana Jones filming location.
Yes, but our Airbnb host yesterday said to us that something historical is closed in town, but we don't know what it is. I just saw it on a YouTube video this morning, so typically it's going to be that,
Could be that, and also there's some Game of Thrones filming locations as well.
Well, I wouldn't know about that because I've never seen it, but there is a scene. So let me put this away. There is a scene from Indiana Jones' Last Crusade that was filmed on a beach that's about 25 kilometres that way. Yeah. And had Taylor not broken down yesterday, would have drove past it on the way here.
Oh, poor Taylor.
And, well, she didn't break down. She just improved in maintenance.
She needs something fixing.
Yeah. So this other place that was filmed in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and I presume when they filmed it on the same sort of day or within a couple of days when the film crew was in the area. It's a scene from the Last Crusade in the centre of a quad. And we'll not tell you more about it, we'll wait till we get there.
So that's the one with Sean Connery in, isn't it?
It is. So while we were just walking back over the, I won't even try and pronounce it again because I've forgotten already, Cable de Ingles, I've just looked up what filming locations for Indiana Jones were in Almeria, and quite a lot actually. So the one that we're going to see is the courtyard of the Sultan's Palace, which is actually the art school in Almeria. So we're on our way there now. It's only 850 metres, but there's quite a lot of other scenes in the movie that were also filmed here as well. So the scene on the beach where Sean Connery used his umbrella to flap the birds in front of the aeroplane to crash it, that's just a little bit further down the coast. And then also they spent 10 days filming in the desert here. There's like a desert that's like a unique microclimate on its own. They spent 10 days doing the filming there on the scene where Indiana Jones actually goes over the end of the cliff, or they think he's gone over the end of the cliff, and in reality he's just hanging on a branch. And there we go, just waiting to cross the road.
Right, so here we are, and we're going in to the courtyard.
I recognise it now. Right, it just took us 5 minutes to orientate ourselves, so we'll put that picture on the screen so you can look at it while we're talking around. So if you look on the screenshot, imagine that cantina sign was not there, and you see that square door and that arch and that door there, which is representative of this screenshot here, and that's the door in the corner, and then that little bit there is the bit that we're highlighting on the screen, but it looks so tiny compared to what it did, doesn't it?
It looks bigger on screen. That's why my cheeks are bigger.
It looks massive in here, looking at it on the lens, but in reality it's only like 20-30 feet across. It's hard to believe that Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade was filmed here.
Is it making you giddy?
It's making very giddy. So this place is called the Escuela de Arte. That took about 4 pronunciation attempts as well, and it basically translates to the School of Art. And a lot of places in Almeria were filmed in Indiana Jones, as we said. And apparently the film crew occupied dozens and dozens of hotels because they were here for so long and there were not that many people doing that many scenes. But this is one of my favourites.
Right, we're heading up to this fortress now. There looks to be a lot of work being done on it, but there does seem to be people up there, so fingers crossed we can get in and have a proper look. Right, well it says it's open, so we'll go and have a look. Feels very...
Feels like Bethlehem or Jerusalem.
Yeah, or Morocco or something, doesn't it?
That Arabic feel,
yeah,
like you would expect Morocco to look. Just catch my breath while we're at the top. So this is where we are. Again, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I can't even get anywhere. I can't do the Spanish accent. Lee might be able to do it because he speaks fluent languages.
Conjunto momento de la Alcazaba de Almeria.
Our new pronunciation. So as we said downstairs, it has feels of like Morocco, and we just looked it up, and it actually is Moorish architecture, which actually is like westernized, modernized Islamic architecture. So places like Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia have this kind of architecture, which is why when we walked in we had that like arch and the dome-shaped bricks at the beginning. So let's go and explore.
This place has lots of water feature, lots of water running all over the place, like there, and this in the centre, which runs all the way down to the front.
So construction began here, which is a Moorish fortress. It began here in the 11th century and has actually been expanded over the centuries, and it looks like they're still doing work today. We were just stood here in awe and just looking around, and we were just saying how it
reminds us of like maybe Cairo or something like
Yeah.
that. We'll show you this shot's what we mean. Because of that Moorish influence, it's really sort of just got that vibe, hasn't it? It's really interesting.
It's like watching an Indiana Jones film, which is probably why they chose this place, because it had the architecture and the buildings and the art museum downstairs. It has that feel that this place does.
It's got a really nice feel to it. I love it. It's got such a historical
It feels
feel.
cultural.
Yeah.
It feels very cultured, and we were just looking over the edge and we could hear like market traders negotiating, and it felt like we were in Cairo. We've been to Cairo twice, many years ago now, well before we were vlogging, and it has that vibe. The whole town does really, and this is probably why. It's so modern, but yet to say that it's so old.
Because they keep obviously upgrading it and restoring things.
Yep.
So when we were coming in, we went to the ticket office and he asked what nationality, and obviously we said British, and he said, oh, it's free then. So not sure whether you've got to pay for your other nationalities.
It probably says that to everybody.
Yeah, maybe.
It's probably just like, I mean, there was no prices on the boards or anything,
No.
so it probably is free, but today it's definitely free. We like a freebie. There's so many gardeners, and I would reckon probably 90% of it is actually garden areas, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got irrigation systems, it's got a working mini aqueduct system that runs down the garden. We're completely shocked here. We didn't expect it to be, we're just, from the ground it looks like ruins.
It looks like ruins, yeah.
But it's not, it's like a place you'd have weddings and things like that. Everything's new and clean, and there's no like mortar falling out the sand or anything like that.
Nick said weddings because there's people down below having like a wedding photo shoot.
Where?
Oh, do you not see them?
No.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of steps though. So as well as being on the fortress at this side, there's like a drawbridge. Well, it's not like a drawbridge, it's like a wall that goes across a valley where there's another garden to another fortress on the other side, which looks like a castle, and that apparently is included in the whole grounds.
So we're gonna see if we can get across.
And we'll show you what it looks like before we walk across.
Right, we're not sure you can get across. This is where we thought we could walk across our way up, and obviously it is a walkway to get there, but there's doors closed all the way along.
And there are people up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the wall is quite dangerous, look, because there's no, you walk on the edge of the wall and it's a sheer drop.
And then down here, look, there's like loads of animal places.
There are a lot of people walking down the
Yeah, so I think you must have to go round and back up.
And then
Yeah.
from the bottom to the top. Just what we need, more steps.
Right, we made our way to the Warden's Pond and Courtyard.
Now when you go through the ticket booths, there's QR codes that you can scan that gives you a PDF document in any language, and it tells you about all the history on it. There's a lot to read though, so you may be better off downloading it before you come.
Yeah.
From their website, read it, and then you know what's what when you get here.
Lots of goldfish here. I used to have a goldfish called Busby. What about you?
Mine were called Funfair,
Funfair.
because that's what I got it from. And then I left it in sun once and it died.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Busby as well.
10 minutes ago we were up there looking down, and this apparently is a public park. I don't think it's anything to do with the fortress, but obviously that adjoining wall there that goes all the way across, where we can't walk but does lead up there, We're still not sure whether this is part of the bit behind us, the fortress. So we're just going to wander around, just have a mooch.
Right, so we've come around the other side and we believe we have found the steps up to the other side of the fortress. Just got to the top thinking, oh, we're here on the other side.
No.
There's about
8 million more steps. We're almost as high as the first fortress.
Yeah. Just catch his breath.
We've definitely lost him. We were just saying, it's like being on the set of Jesus of Nazareth, one of my favourite films. And that's like...
I wonder why it was Jesus when it was Moorish and that's like Islamic.
He's like Jesus though.
I don't really know. I don't look into it.
We're not quite at the top yet to read any signs, but... So my mum, when she was my age, when I was young, always used to have a fascination with history, and I used to be like, oh, history's boring. And then as I've got older, I've flipped now. I'm doing what my mum used to do, that she actually loves anything historic, and I think it's because my imagination can wind back to what it was like in those times, do you know what I mean? And I just find the whole thing fascinating, that the past is where you learn lessons and where you let's sit down here. The past shapes the future, and you learn your lessons from history, and I think that's probably why. But
Right, so the statue is
but it's not Jesus.
Christ of the Afflicted.
What does that mean?
It's located on the top of the hill, overlooking the city, and it was erected in 1950 as a popular pilgrimage site for locals.
So is it Jesus?
Well, it's called Christ of the Afflicted, so I presume so.
I made him look it up.
Yes, of course.
You're saying it like you knew.
It's a depiction of Jesus Christ.
So it is Jesus that's up there. He looked it up, acting like he already knew.
What I did?
You didn't. Gemini told you. So you keep hearing us talk about Gemini and AI. So for those of you that don't know what it is, it's Google's AI app called Google Gemini. You can download it on Android, iPhone, and you can have conversations with it. You can tell it facts. You can ask it to plan your day. You can upload a photo and say, what's this? And it looks it up. It's absolutely fantastic. Sometimes it gets it wrong, but 99% of the time it gets it right. But if it does get it wrong, you can tell it it's wrong and it corrects itself, which is really good. Right, so we're at the top of the steps. Unfortunately, it now looks like we're going into, when you know, on the Mummy?
Yeah.
When they went into that fortress in the desert and the big sand creature came after them, it looks like that now. So apparently they've done lots of movie filming here, including Game of Thrones in Almeria, but we're not sure exactly where. But Indiana Jones was the
main one.
The main one for me.
And this is the view from the other side of the fortress.
All I can see.
Just a sea of apartments and buildings.
And right up there somewhere,
Yeah.
at the very end,
Yeah.
is where Taylor's having her operation.
Oh, I hope she's.
I miss her. I miss her like she's real, do you know what I mean? It's like
She is.
we were saying earlier, when you're in the van, it's like your comfort, your bubble of
comfort. Because
home.
you've got your home with you in the back all the time. Not
Yeah.
that I don't feel safe or anything now.
No, it's
just
just-
that we're on a van trip and we're
We actually
without a van
I
now.
actually feel sorry for Taylor at the minute because we're like.
She's just getting an upgrade. That's
no,
all.
she is. She's just having a bum cleaned. That's all.
Going to head to La Rambla to get a bite to eat. So La Rambla is like the Spanish name for pedestrianised streets. The most famous one being in Barcelona, which we went to about a week ago or so. So we're going to go find this one and see what we like to eat.
I'm just parched. I just want a drink, and I'm just getting a craving for Coke Zero, because Coke Zero in Spain tastes nothing like it tastes at home. It tastes of real Coca-Cola. You know, sometimes when you go to America and you have cola there and it tastes like real cola, and you have it at home and it tastes of fizzy water with a slight cola taste. In Spain, it's just like America.
Aqua gas for me. Or is it agua gas?
Aqua gas.
Agua gas.
Sparkling water.
So we've made it to La Rambla. So it's the middle part that is pedestrianised here, and then on the side there's a road and another road over there. So it looks more like the cafes and restaurants and things are not in the middle, they're on the sides of the roads. So we're just going to have a little mooch around and have a look.
this La Rambla is definitely more prettier and more picturesque than the Barcelona one. Barcelona one is just like a street of food and cafe and shops. This is really nice. Right, we've come into a Pokeball place, so they're just making up 2 Pokeballs for us. They look very, very nice. As we were passing, we couldn't resist. So we're getting a couple of teriyaki waves and Nick's getting a mango smoothie. Very healthy looking.
What's in the bottom? Is it just like lettuce leaves to fill it?
Rice in the bottom.
A lot of rice.
Rice, onions, pineapples, carrots. Oh my god, those dried onions are amazing.
Oh, there's the teriyaki sauce there. Oh my god, this is absolutely
amazing,
delicious. It's the sauce that just makes every flake, every grain of rice flavoured, and then the crispiness of the fish. And then I think it's chai seeds, the little black seeds on it. And I got a smoothie as well. It's warm. She's made it with ice and milk and spangle. It's quite warm. It's putting me off.
What a great little find that was. Just on the corner there, the poke place. It was absolutely beautiful.
Gotta say, it was nice. To say it was healthy, that was very nice.
Right, so I'm now right at the bottom of La Rambla. There's another obelisk. There's like that obelisks here. And we're just going to...
a little fountain at the bottom of it as well, but we're actually right back where we started. The walkway,
the walkway is just there where we went on.
Something...
Yeah, the one that you...
Yes. The one that I practiced, It's just there. So we're going to head back to the Airbnb now, but before we do, we're going to have a walk on the beach.
So we're heading back to the beach and the front area, just looking around this sort of art installation type thing. I thought that was going to tell us about it there, but it doesn't.
It's just a rusty sign.
Yes, it's just a rusty sign, but there's lots of columns and what have you. And we're right next to the marina here. And this is very close to where we ate last night, at that Mohana's just there. What a difference the sun makes. When we got here by this time yesterday, it was very murky and grim looking. But now the sun is out today.
21 degrees we just saw on the pharmacy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Why Spain always have the pharmacy temperatures?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like a sign that says the pharmacy and then it switches to a temperature. It's everywhere you go in Spain.
So,
it said 21. There's no way it's 21 here because of the wind.
And our apartment block is just one of those on there. Oh, I think it's down there actually, the blue and white one.
Hours later, Lee's just had a nap and he's just doing some editing, and I've just got an alert from Taylor that she's been test driven, and I've walked outside and I've seen this. Now I don't know whether the camera will pick this up, but that is so orange and yellow on the in real life. I don't know whether the vlog will pick it up. It's a bit nippy though to say it's 21 degrees. Look at that for a view and a sunset. And there's quite a lot more people out here tonight. Little coffee shop downstairs. People just going about and doing their business. I'm back inside, it's cold. 10 minutes later, the sun's about to set. It's just about to go behind the horizon. It's still cold outside. We've both just said that we're not at all hungry. I can't remember that I said in the last scene, but we've got a tracker on Taylor, and I've created a geofence around the garage where the van is. So when it moved on a test drive, it will send me an alert. Anyway, we got an alert about, well, I texted the guy on WhatsApp and said to him, are we still on for picking up the van tomorrow? And then 5 minutes later, we got alerts as if he'd gone and tested it. Presumably he was going to do that in the morning. So I'm waiting to hear back from him. But Lee's just editing. Oh, it's bloody freezing. It's supposed to be 21 degrees. There's no way that is 21 degrees. And
but not at this time of night. It's 6:15 now.
Yeah, probably. Oh my God, look at my hair. I look like a right
mess.
Yeah, but I think I've got suntan actually. Have I got sunburn on my face?
Probably.
I think I've got sunburn from walking around that fortress today. So anyway, the sun's going to go down. We've got no more wine unless we can't have any wine.
No, and I don't want any actually. Yesterday.
What happened to dry January?
Well, if it's cold.
Dry first week in January, it may be. We don't know what we're going to do for food. We will obviously take you guys with us. We may go back to that Mohana's because we really loved it.
as many hours later from when we went out earlier, obviously. And it's got sand on his shoes. So we won't be long, to be fair, but now we are, and we don't want to stay in all night. It's 7 o'clock. Nick's getting anxious now. Cabin fever. He wants to.
No, I'm not. I've texted the guy. I got him on WhatsApp that owns the garage. Sent him a text message because we've heard nothing all day and the van's not moved all day. Well, it moved briefly this morning as they were obviously taking the DPF filter off, and then I texted him about 6 o'clock. They don't shut in Spain until 7 because of the siesta. I texted him, and then 10 minutes later, the van literally went around the block, drove all the way around, and I got the double blue ticks on WhatsApp, so he's read it, and I've had no reply. So if he would have said, oh no, it's going to be like tomorrow night, then we would have paid for another night here and just extended. But because he's not answered me, we've got no choice now but to check out in the morning and then head back up.
Well, how else phone? Mind you, we can't phone them because we can't understand them when they can't understand us.
No, I can't understand English. That's why I sent it on WhatsApp. I sent it in English and in Spanish. Maybe that's him.
Yeah, because they are still open at the moment.
Oh, I got a missed call. Oh, that's from you, actually.
Because they couldn't find it for so-and-so.
No, it's Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, for freak's sake.
Sending me a picture of the dinner. Freaking dinner.
It looks nice, that.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind having that, actually.
So anyway, that's what's happening. So we're just going to get on with the night and see what happens tomorrow, and we're just going to get out for something to eat now.
I know it's a bit boring, but I fancy that mohans again.
I know, but the only thing is, it were all burgers, that's all it is.
It was a very nice burger.
It was. We'd have to try something different, though.
Come on, then. So as I said earlier on in this vlog, or the last vlog, our Airbnb host sent me a load of WhatsApp messages with recommendations, not WhatsApp messages, Airbnb messages with all the links to all the different places on Google Maps. One of them is a cocktail bar near here, but we're not actually going to go there. And she also sent us a rooftop bar right next to the fortress, which was actually closed today because it looked amazing. We were like, we'd already spotted it ourselves, not realising that she'd recommended it. So while we're walking down here, I'm going to grab my phone and have a look through the messages. Oh my God, that smell again. Marijuana.
So this town where the Airbnb is like a town of fitness freaks. I've never seen as many people run past us and what have you. There's like an outdoor gym there at 8 o'clock at night. It's full. And just everybody's out there doing stuff. It's really
like
vibrant.
Monday was like the day of rest, never mind Sunday, and everything tonight is just opened. A lot of the restaurants don't even open till 8 here, so we're just wandering around looking on Google Maps. So the Mohana
was in there, but we're not going to go.
No, we're not going to go.
We decided
do the same thing twice. Lee wants to go for another Pokeball, but I said no.
I said I'd like that, but I fancy something new.
So we're literally going to end up at the beginning of the La Rambla here. And there's so many restaurants in town. We're just going to open Google Maps, pick one. I fancy an Indian, but the problem is it's likely to have a lot of MSG in it, which means that we'll be up all night with like a dry tongue. Right, we're back in the same square as we were earlier on when we saw the Indiana Jones
Found
square.
Where we could eat Cafe Colon.
Cafe Colon, what do they serve?
It might give you a colon cleanse.
An Indian might do that. So many restaurants around here, which is just choice now, but everything's tapas. We don't want tapas, even though we're going to end up with tapas.
It's
8 o'clock.
2020.
We've tried 3 places so far and they all say no food. They're only doing drinks. It's like the city of no food.
Look, they're all fitness freaks, they don't eat.
Right, we found some, I think, a Hawaiian and American food called YK Smash Burger. And it looks like they do nice food, but it doesn't open for 10 minutes.
Everything seems to open at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everything that the Airbnb host sent, everything. It looks closed when I checked.
They have salad bowls and things like that, which I'm looking forward to.
Friggin' boring.
Right, we are inside and this is the place, Hawaiian American food, and we're just going to pick some starters and I'm going to have another poke bowl because I enjoyed it so much today. But they've got some really nice things here. Look at that. Burger dipped in cheese and things, but they do like chicken breast, pork shoulder, corn on the cob, rack of pork, all sorts of stuff.
And it's not Spanish or tortilla or anything like that. It's basically American and Hawaiian.
Starters are here. We went for nachos again because we enjoyed them last night. Completely different to last night though, but they look good. And a corn on the cob.
They're a bit dry tonight. It's very squirty cheese and squirty mayo. Lee just ate the butter thinking it was cheese. I thought it were a cube of cheese.
Put it in my mouth, like, it's a bit soft.
It will be, it's butter.
So I had to eat it.
You don't even get like a corn on the cob, but try that with the salt, like dip it in the salt. You might think a bit too salty, but oh my god, it does work, trust me. Dip it in the salt. Get it in.
I'll be gagging all right.
You won't be gagging. You put worse things in your mouth. What about the salt?
Take it or leave it.
Oh god, forget it. You always overdo it, don't you?
What do you mean?
You've had that for dinner, you've had it for tea. It'll be for the next 4 days now.
Look at this.
Is that cheese this time?
It's tofu.
Ooh. Looks like something you... I have no idea. It doesn't look particularly appetizing. They have this thing about these dried onions in Spain, don't they?
Very nice.
You can actually buy them in IKEA. It was Hannah and Mark that told us about them. Mine, on the other hand, looks very bland. Grilled chicken, that tastes like $1,000 dressing, and I wanted a bit, maybe, even though I wasn't going to eat the salad, I want a bit of garnish to make it look appetizing, do you know what I mean?
Okay, dangle it.
But the Estrellas are amazing.
Very nice that. I'm very full now, actually.
Lee's feeling anxious about Taylor now.
I'm not anxious, I'm frustrated. I feel like I'm stuck now. I've enjoyed it being here, but I want to get on with the trip now. I want to get back into Taylor and on the move again. So
no idea where we're going, and I'm not planning anything until we're actually sat in the van.
Right, so we're just walking along the front on the way back to the apartment. So we're going to finish
we're almost
the
back,
vlog,
and we're still at that deer that we went in last night at the supermarket.
We'll be back with you on the next vlog, which will be tomorrow for us, and hopefully we have our Taylor back.
We resume our
Spanish trip,
and then we go back up the road where we left to the lighthouse, and come back this way along the coast. But then as soon as we get to Almeria, we go up and over.
Yeah. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below. We hope we're going to have a nice night's sleep in the apartment, and
I don't think I will.
See you on the next vlog. Bye.
I don't think I will. Bye.